Are you a good delegator? What does that even mean? What does it mean to delegate? Well, we're happy you're here. We're going to talk about that today on the Servant-Minded Leadership channel. Delegation is something that it gets thrown around. That word gets thrown around. You need to learn to delegate, or he's a master delegator. But what does that mean? What I see most, not always, but most, is this idea of delegating the things that either the leader doesn't want to do, or delegating the things that they think are below them. Now, first, let me just say that's not delegation. But second, let me just say, if you find yourself doing that, I just want you, just look at your heart, okay? There is good reason to do either one of those two things. If it's work that really doesn't need your attention, there's no problem saying, hey, somebody else could take care of this while I'm focusing on other things. That's fine, right? Or it's stuff you don't want to do, you're not passionate about it, and somebody else is passionate about it, and so it's like, hey, let them do it. They want to be a part of this. But if the idea is, I give away the stuff that I don't want, I don't do that type of work, that's not leadership. That's not effective delegation. It's not even really delegation. It's just pawning off our responsibilities onto other people. So what is delegation? What is it that we're really looking at? Well, delegation is really a very multifaceted experience in leadership, where we identify individuals who have capacity to perform a task at a level of excellence that allows us to give them responsibility. But in addition to giving them the responsibility, we also give them the authority. Now, this is a very, very important part of delegation. You can't say you're responsible for the outcome, but you don't have any of the authority to make the real decisions. Okay? Again, that's not delegation. That's kind of pawning off what you don't want. Oh, I'm going to take the credit. I get to make all the big decisions. You just get to be the person that takes care of the busy work. It's not delegation. Delegation says, I've got Jane, and she is phenomenal in this area. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this set of responsibilities. I'm going to say, Jane, these are now yours. You get to take ownership of these responsibilities, and I'm going to hold you accountable to the outcome, but I'm also going to give you the authority to do it the way you want. Now, if I left it at that, as good as that might sound, you're thinking, yeah, man, I wish my boss would delegate to me like that. Hold on. That is still incomplete, because I'm still the leader. And ultimately, as a leader, I take ownership even for Jane's results. So I'm not going to leave Jane out in the wind to not know what's going on. And, oh man, John, oh boy, John told me this was my responsibility. I better figure this out. No, I'm going to find a capable individual like Jane. I'm going to confer the responsibility. I'm going to give the authority, and then I'm going to empower her with both needed support and boundaries. Here are the boundaries of this responsibility. And if you find yourself pressed up against one of these, come to me, because my responsibility is to support you in your responsibility. Delegation is really a very complicated, a nuanced factor of leadership, but it's very important. In fact, you cannot be a leader unless you know how to effectively delegate. And this is why I like to say you are not a leader until you have created a leader that has the capacity to create another leader. Delegation is one step on that path. How are you doing in your delegation? Are you delegating effectively, or are you brushing off the tasks that you think you're too good to do? Hopefully it's not the second one. Hopefully it's the first one. And if it's not, let's make it the first one. Let's make it that first one where we are giving the responsibility and the authority and the support within boundaries. Thank you so much for joining us today. Did you learn something? Maybe subscribe to our channel. We put these videos out all the time. refer it to a friend. We love to spread the message. Why? Because here on the Servant Minded Leadership channel, we are empowering leaders to change the world.